Hey everybody, this is just a short little, well, not really short. This is a review of the new Kanye West album, Donda. I don't think it's very good. I believe Donda isn't just Donda, I believe it's also Yandi and a bit of Jesus is King. So it's really just 3 records, hence why it's 1 hour and 48 minutes long. That is way too long, and overall feels even more sporadic than The Life of Pablo, and it does not work to this album's favor. There is one quality of this sporadicness that I like, and that's the album cover. The album cover is black, and I think that perfectly represents how much there is in the album by perfectly saying nothing, because this album is trying to say so much, and the cover just makes it a lot better because, you know, it's just so grand. Anyways, I think the start of the record is a lot better than the beginning of the record. However, the end of the record is terrible. I'll get to that later. We start with the first track, Donda Chant, which I just don't even appreciate. Just somebody saying Donda and over again. Like, why? Why? I guess it's like some weird-ass Kanye shit, but come on, really, man? We also get a whole bunch of things that came from Jesus is King, like the censored cuss words. And everybody cusses on this record. We got Kanye, we got the features, everybody cusses, and it's getting censored out. Thankfully, not, you know, the obnoxious, like, things you'd see on TV, like the bleeps. It's instead just nothing. But Kanye's also getting censored. So if he's getting censored, why is he just not cussing? Then we get the first real song of the record, Jail. I really appreciate the lyrics on this and how he's going to jail tonight and how he has priors. Jay-Z's feature's pretty good. I like his line about how he's going to return to the throne. Overall, I'd give this track like a 7. I don't like the weird drum beat at the end of it. I don't see why Kanye just can't rap on that. Kind of just feels gimmicky, you know. Then we get God Breathe. God Breathe is very cool. I like the little Yeezus vibes in it. Problem is, second half, just bad. Don't know what to say about it. No need for it. Kind of goes off the rails towards the end. Off the Grid's the first really, really good track. I would, like, this is just a solid track. It's dystopian, it's futuristic. I can imagine what's going to be on the charts in years to come. Not this track, but, like, sounds like the future right here. It sounds dystopian, and it's just perfect. I love everything on this track. However, I don't see why we can't have this later on in the album. And then we get to the legendary Hurricane. This song is legendary before this record came out. This is one of the most hyped songs, I think, ever. This is like one of the most hyped songs to be even considered to be released. I'm not going to give too much history on this, but I feel like this track had a lot of potential, and the production at first was amazing, and now it's just this 808s with some humming in the background. I think Abel's voice on this is beautiful. I really don't have much to say on this. It's just, I'm really sad that the production is the way it is. I feel like it could be a lot better right now. But somebody, pretty sure Mike Dean, had to ruin it, so what's with that? Praise God is another one of these tracks, I feel, where it has this great setup. Travis Scott does an immaculate job. We got these Donda ad-libs in here that's like sampled from some old recording. And then, you know, halfway through the track, Baby Keem comes on and decides to kill the track and lose all momentum. He doesn't even get his voice off the ground. Why even have him on the track? I mean, it just sounds like shit. We know Kanye cuts features all the time, so why is this feature in here? I'm pretty sure he's not even happy with it. This is just a bad feature, and it ruins the song for me, so don't know what to think about it, really. It's just kind of sad. Jonah is the first of many tracks for me that just kind of feels like mediocre. Don't really have much to say on this. Like the vocals, that's about it. Okay is another one of these tracks that has this good setup, I guess, but it's just so boring to me. This record is just so not... It feels so lifeless with the production. You got this generic vocals, these generic beats. You got Lil Yachty just rapping, and you got some ad-libs, I guess, in the background. It's just boring to me. And this is going to get really, really common throughout the record, starting pretty soon around the 16-track mark. It's just so graining to me. I find it especially ironic at the beginning of the track with Kanye's first verse. Like, yeah, you sound like everybody ever. You sound like what Ben Shapiro and fucking, like, Steven Crowder think rap sounds like. Like, you have the most generic and boring, lifeless flow ever. This is one of the worst tracks on the album, and it's so ironic that he has this line at the beginning. I just find it really funny. Junior's just give or take. What I really want to talk about is Believe What I Say. Believe What I Say is one of the top 10 Kanye songs, period. This Lauryn Hill sample, beautiful. And this is like something you'd hear out of Graduation. It's like a weird Jesus is King times Graduation mix, and it's beautiful. And I'm pretty sure it is a throwaway from Jesus is King, because this everything feels Jesus is King. Don't know why it's not on Jesus is King, but this is a really good track overall, and I really enjoy it. 24 Hours is another one of these tracks that I feel like this is what the album should feel like. Not these coming up tracks. This is what the album should sound like. It's honestly beautiful. I love these like organs in here. It sounds gospel. Like, I really feel like I'm in a church when listening to this in the best way possible, because all my homies hate church. But honestly, great track. Phenomenal track. Then we move on to Remote Control. Look at this dude. This is like all the bad things about this album mixed into one. Lifeless beat, generic, sounds bad, some stupid ass fucking like bleeping out shit, and then you got this generic flow, and then you have some weird experimental, ooh, I'm Kanye West, like I'm experimental stuff at the end. Boring track, it's lame. It's just a lame track. And then you got the Go-Go Gab Galab in the mix at the end, and that's pretty cool, honestly. I mean, it is experimental, and I'm pretty sure it's for laughs, but it's really cool. Because, you know, Video Game Donkey, he made this parody, oh, I leaked a whole Donda album, and Lil Go-Go Gab Galab was on there. And I think maybe Kanye might have actually saw that and decided to put Go-Go Gab Galab in this track. So shout out to Video Game Donkey on that. Moon is another one of these tracks that's just kind of like, eh. I like Don Toliver and I like Kid Cudi, but it's just another boring track. I can't have fun listening to this album. I don't know what it is. This album is just so to me, you know? It's just, ugh. Then we get Heaven and Hell. Oh my god. This track goes gra 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 and goes bang bang bang, and the transitions are pow pow pow. It's short and sweet. What this album should have been. Then we get this track Donda. It's pretty much just an interlude. We just have Kanye singing with some auto-tune in the background. We got a piano and Donda just talking. It's pretty substandard. Keep My Spirit Alive. Once again. Then we get Jesus Lord. Oh Jesus Lord. Oh Jesus Lord. Woof. Jesus. Fuck. Jesus. So, where do you even begin with this track? I like it at first. I really do. I really like it at first. And then, towards the end of the track, we get Larry Hoover Jr., who's, I guess, sending a note to Kanye thanking him for trying to get it out of jail. So, that's pretty neat. Until you realize the interlude of him talking is like 2 minutes long, and this note comes back later on Jesus Lord Part 2, and so you have to listen to this twice, and it's so unnecessary. And at that point, I just want to finish the hour and 48-minute record. It's so... God... Then after this, we get Television. Heart Was in the Right Place. It's a wasted track. It's one of the worst tracks on the album. It's one of the worst Kanye tracks ever. But his heart was in the right place, and I respect him for that. Then we get Lord, I Need You. We get some questionable lyrics at the beginning. I like the beat on it, but it's just some very questionable lyrics. Honest to God, this is like... Pure Souls. Yeah, it's pretty good. I think Pure Souls is one of the better tracks on the record. I don't know if it's the best, but it has these organs. This is what I wish the rest of the record sounded like. It's just kind of pretty. I like it. And then we get Come to Life, and this is like just... I get some Daft Punk vibes from this. No, on God, it's beautiful. The piano on this, it feels like Tyler made this in a way. I love this track. Come to Life is probably the best track on the record. It's just beautiful. I don't even know what to say about it. Then we get No Child Left Behind. I think this is supposed to be the closer of the record, but then we get the part 2s afterwards. I can give or take No Child Left Behind. I just kind of find it meh. And this is where it gets interesting. Jail Part 2. Oh, Jesus. We get Marilyn Manson. And it's just him, like, doing these weird little ad-libs every, like, refrain. It's... Oh... God. And then we just get the last 3 songs. I don't really care, but we have the baby, flexing. It's just kind of boring. And I see no reason for this, and this makes the album a lot worse in my opinion. We get Chris Brown in this record somewhere. He has some influence, and honest to God, why is Chris Brown even in this record? You're all talking about God and stuff, and then you got Chris Brown in here, because, Chris Brown is like the best symbol of God you can find. Like, I'm just pointing it out. I just don't like that Chris Brown is on this record. Same thing goes with Marilyn Manson. Overall, this record is very strong at the beginning. It had a lot of potential, but I think some ideas on this record that was trying to make it experimental made it flop massively. And I honestly think this is one of Kanye's worst. Period. I honestly think Jesus is King is better. I'm feeling a strong 4 on this record.